Welcome to Shenemonal FS Academy, where strategy is taught, but your mindset and psychology is our major focus. In this channel, I share my experience, my Forex journey, the ups and downs, the good times and the bad times for good 5 years. Everything here is very simple. The terms we use all through to how we break down the chart. No confusion, just real growth to profitability. In this video, I want to share with us my personal experience in the forest industry for good 5 years. It wasn't easy. You have to hear my story because it's going to help you and challenge you. And it was that story that gave birth to Shenemonal FS Academy. When I graduated from the university, I did not really look for a job because I had this passion for being a businessman. Before I got admission into the university, I had made up my mind to be a businessman. When I graduated, I started a little business, a computer business where I sell all kinds of fairly used laptops and accessories. I was doing well at that level. I was able to pay my bills, to take care of my families, and things were really working fine. But things took a turn when I discovered that the place I was using for my business was having legal issues. Actually, the place was given to me by a friend. I paid for it, it wasn't free, and that friend, quite all right, I know him very well up to this day. He is a man of integrity. When an issue arose, the place was taken from me. My property was seized by the authority in that community. When I got to find out one or two things, I discovered that actually he owns the place, he owns the documents, but his papers were not complete. What happened? I became so discouraged. I had two shops. The two shops were locked. I couldn't pay my bills. I couldn't take care of my family, my wife, my kid. You know what it means when you have a family. It was a difficult moment for me. I did everything I could to resolve the issue. Still, it wasn't working out. I was advised by my family and friends and loved ones, especially, I was told to relocate. When I relocated to another state entirely, I have to start life all over again. Things were not working out. I wasn't getting things right. Things were becoming very difficult for me. This is a story I wish I wouldn't have shared. But I have to encourage someone there listening to me who is at the point of giving up in forex trading. One day, out of serious discouragement, I took a very, very terrible decision. I made up my mind. I came to a crossroad. My heart became so hardened because I want to meet up with life, whatever means, whatever way. Then I decided to go into fraud. I made up my mind I want to learn how to do what they call Yahoo Yahoo, fraud, scam. At that point, I was thinking of somebody that will teach me. I really don't want to discuss it with anyone. Not even my wife was aware of it. You know, when a man came to such a crossroad, I was so determined to go into fraud. But something happened. I confided in someone I trusted. I opened up what I was going through. I explained everything to him, and it said something that I will never forget. And that was the turning point in my life. He said, evil is evil. You can't get to the top that way. Then he told me, I have an option, an alternative. I will do everything I can to help you. At this point, my wife, she wasn't aware of all that was going on. Then he told me that he had a friend that lives in another town, in another state. He's going to connect me to him. I'm going to stay with him for 2-3 months. He's going to sponsor my training, my everything, my well-being. There is something he wants me to go and learn. He said, if I can go for it, to learn the craft of trading, definitely by the time I'm done, who knows, things might turn around for me instead of going into fraud, into crime. When he said that, there was a kind of a relief. Don't keep quiet. Share your problem with someone you trusted. A problem shared is solved to a very great extent. Imagine if I had not told him, my life would have been shattered. God would have been angry with me. The society would have been angry with me. My family would have been disappointed in me. That was the first time I ever heard what is Forex. I heard it for the first time. When I came back, I made a lot of research. I went on YouTube. I went to check online. I started browsing, checking online what is Forex all about. That is where my journey to greatness, to breakthrough, and to abundance in this Forex journey started. But Forex is not something you just learn randomly on YouTube, thinking you can get it right. I don't think it's possible. Well, I shouldn't say that. Everything is possible, but it took me good 3 years until I find a mentor, and that is the person of Dr. Williams and Jeffrey Benson. I went for their mentorship and things begin to fall in line. I kept struggling in the industry. I was over trading. I wasn't having confidence in myself. I was not doing proper. I was not journaling. I did not journal my trade. No proper risk management. I was just floating, going around a circle. It continued for a very, very long time. Despite being in the mentorship, in fact, I after I left the mentorship, that was when I even got it right. I thought strategy was my problem. I was jumping from one strategy to another, all kind of indicators. My chart was messy. I continued struggling. Then something happened again. I became fed up, and my wife came and told me, do you think this thing will ever work out? And you can imagine, even when you yourself are not even sure about it. And I told him, I'm not really too sure, but let's see how it goes. I became fed up. I was completely fed up. I wanted to quit, but something happened. I looked inward. I spoke to myself. Then for the first time, I cried to someone. Do you know what it means when a matured man cries? I cried. This time, I did not cry to a friend. I did not cry to somebody I trusted. I did not even shed tears before my wife. I cried to God, and I told him, if you can teach me Forex, I will give back to my world. I will impact young Forex traders that are passing through a lot of challenges, or that might have going through similar challenges that I went through. I'm going to give back. I'm not going to really focus on the money. I'm going to think of creating impact and helping someone out there that is thinking of fraud, that is thinking of something else, that is almost giving up. When I told God, I cried to him and I prayed. And that was the beginning of my success story in the Forex journey. Immediately, I began to see everything very simple. I now understood that actually strategy wasn't my problem. My problem was myself, my mindset, my psychology, my emotions, and I start working on it. What followed? I now understood market structure. I now understood my Fibonacci properly. Not just that, I went back, understood again how to really plot or trace my psychological zones, my key levels properly. Immediately, I got it right. No more pressure. I was no longer forcing trades. I was able to put my emotions under control. At this point, I've grown my little business from an humble beginning to where it is, where I have some few staff. I now put them on salary, and I was able to focus on Forex trading. This academy is not about selling you fake dreams. This academy is to help you grow. We have to grow together. Is to teach you that indeed trading is not magic. Trading, you need consistency. You need to work on your mindset. You need to work on your psychology. And actually, you need to have to understand structure and some few basic simple things that you need to understand, and you are good to go. The rest is to work on yourself. You need someone who understands your pains like me, where we can teach, not just you, we teach ourselves, we encourage ourselves, we build ourselves in this forest journey to become profitable. You cannot quit. No one quits in this community until you get it right. And when you get it right, go and create impact. Teach others what you have learned here. Who knows? You might help someone. You might encourage someone not to commit suicide, not to do something that is wrong to him, to his family, and to his nation, and to the world at large. If you are struggling today, listen to me. Don't give up. It's too late for you to give up. I got it right after good 5 years. The road may be long. You may get tired along the way. Yes, you have every reason to relax, but you need to keep pushing. You will get it right. We'll get it right together, and we'll take you to where you ought to be in your forest journey. Your breakthrough might just be one mindset shift away. When there's that little shift in your mindset and your psychology, who knows? That may be a game changer for you. Let's get it done together. I'm Christian Adama, the founder of Shenemona FS Academy. Stick to this community. Don't go anywhere. Subscribe, share for more profitable tips that will come on your way. Thanks for watching.